All right, folks. So today is lesson 22 collisions. But before we get started on lesson 22 collisions, I wanted to ask you if you were able to figure out the answers to the challenge level on lesson 21. If you were not and you need a little bit of help, here's your hints. So for your plane from lesson 21, you take a look. We've got velocity y -9, velocity x 3, and then we use a velocity y gets velocity y plus 0.02 to get that nice glide motion. Now for the car. In order to get the car to go up and stop, we have car starts at velocity y -15, then car velocity y gets velocity y plus 0.5, then we have an if statement. If car velocity y becomes greater than 0, then car velocity y gets 0. Hope that helps. All right, so let's start with Sprite Interactions. So far, you've been able to create simple Sprite interactions by using the Sprite is touching block. For example, you've reset a coin to a different location on the screen when a character touches it. Now it's time to start making sprites have more complex interactions. I can't read today. Do this. Run the program and observe the interactions between the two sprites. Discuss with your neighbor using, by the way, your neighbor is the person who sits next to you, front, back, or to the side, not the person across the room. Okay, got it. So I'm going to have a discussion with our neighbor. Using only the commands you've already known, how could you create this kind of interaction? There are many ways to do it, but here are some blocks to consider. So how do we make this movement happen? The giraffe touches the monkey, and then they both leave together. I'm thinking you start with a is touching, and then I'm thinking that once they're touching, somehow we change the velocity x of the monkey to match the velocity x of the giraffe. That's my prediction. Interesting. So let's see if I'm right. Program a sprite interaction. Here is a similar program, but it doesn't work. Use your plan to program the giraffe to push the monkey off the screen. Use my plan to program the giraffe to push the monkey off the screen. Okay, so I'm going to do an if. It seems like we always use if. So if giraffe, Giraffe, is touching monkey. If giraffe is touching monkey, then what do I want? Then I want monkey velocity x. Well, what's giraffe's velocity x? Giraffe's velocity x is 1. I'm going to set monkeys to 1. Let's see if I was right. I don't know. It could be. I could not be. It's all right if I'm wrong. Huh. That wasn't half bad. That was a good guess. Did your guess work out? Let me know in the comments. All right. Let's try bubble 3. Write your own sprite interaction. Now the elephant should push the hippo off the screen. Notice that the elephant moves at a random y velocity each time the program runs. Do this. Run the program to see how it works. Using the pattern from the last level, write code that makes the elephant push the hippo off the screen. Well, that's not very nice. And while I'm doing that, let me move myself up here. Sorry, guys. Okay. So, using the same thought process that I had before, I'm going to do an if statement. If elephant is, oops, spell elephant. If elephant is touching hippo, guys, I have no idea if this is going to work or not. What's the worst that could happen? I could be wrong, and it's okay. Now, line 5. Elephant velocity y gets random number -3, -1. Okay, so if elephant is touching hippo, then I want hippo velocity y to equal, ooh, watch what I'm about to do here. I want the hippo's velocity y to equal the elephant. It's spelled elephant again, ELEPHANT. I want the hippo's velocity y to equal or match that of the elephant. So let's see if that works. Could be wrong. Let's find out. Gillespie for the win. Whoa. Okay. Alrighty. Pause if you need to. Otherwise, let's move on. Bubble number 4. What are we gonna do? Displace. This type of sprite interaction is so common that there's a block for it called Sprite Displace. Someone tried to use the Sprite Displace block to make the elephant push the hippo, but there's a bug. Find the line of code where the Sprite Displace block is used and fix the error. I'm tired of catching your bugs, code.org. I'm kidding. What they say? Make the elephant push the hippo. Elephant should push the hippo. So we got elephant velocity gets random number. Hippo velocity gets random number. So hippo displace elephant. Maybe, this is just a guess, maybe, I don't know why that thing shows up all the time. Maybe instead of hippo displace elephant, it should read elephant. You should put elephant first. Elephant displaces the hippo. So let's see if I'm correct. Not bad. So that tells us that we have to be careful and pay attention to who we want to displace who. Who is displacing who? There we go. Pause if you need. Otherwise, let's continue. Bubble number 5. More collision blocks. 3 new types of sprite interactions have been added to the toolbox. .collide, .bounce, and .bounce off. How do you think they'll affect the sprites? Switch out the displace block with .collide, .bounce, and .bounce off blocks. If you're having trouble doing this with blocks, then switch over to text mode. Ooh, good idea. Discuss with your neighbor. Remember who your neighbor is. Someone who's near you, not across the room from you. What is the difference between the 4 different sprite interactions? What do you think the purpose of each block is? Okay, let's see what happens first. Boing. So the parrot displaces the penguin. Okay, parrot displaces penguin. So they suggested I go to text mode. Alrighty, and here's why. Because in text mode, I can actually take this word displace and change it to bounce. And I don't have to drag and drop blocks all the time. Oh, look at that. It's like playing pool. Oh, interesting. Okay, so that's what bounce does. What about bounce off? That's a capital OFF. Bounce off. What do you think's gonna happen? Whoa, that's kind of cool. Let's do that again. Alrighty, and then the last one we said was collide. Was it collide? COLLIDE. Collide. One pushes the other. So parent collide penguin causes the penguin to continue on, but the parent reverses. If I go back to the original parent displace penguin, parent displace penguin, then the parrot is the one that continues and the penguin is the one that gets shoved off to the side. Cool. Take a minute to pause. Talk about it with your neighbor. When I say a minute, I really mean like take 3 minutes. Set a timer if you don't know how long 3 minutes is, and then come back. I've done the work on the level. I can go on. I'm just going to cheat. Click 6 up here. Thinks I didn't do anything because I went back to displace. But I wanted to go back. All right, so collision types, letter A. There are 4 types of collisions that we use in Game Lab. Displace, collide, bounce, bounce off. These blocks will cause a certain type of interaction between the sprite and a target. Choose the best block to model the basketball's interaction with the floor. You can try the different blocks out. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, so let me go back to block view. Pull this up. I gotta come up with, I want the basketball to bounce. Okay, so knowing what I do know, is it bounce? It might be bounce. Let's try bounce. Okay, so basketball. What's the worst that could happen? But it's okay. All right, basketball, bounce, wood. Let's find out. Yeah. Uh-oh, what happened? Did I break it? Code.org was like, nope. Okay, so it's not bounce. It is not bounce. Let's try bounce off. Bounce off. Capital O-F. Oops, not F-F. There we go. Bounce off. So all I did was I went to text view and I changed the word bounce. I added the off, bounce off, so I didn't have to drag those blocks back and forth. Let's see if bounce off is correct. Hey, bounce off is correct. Look at that. Pause if you need to. Otherwise, let's move on. Let's try collision types. Letter B. I'm starting to get the picture here. Each one of these is going to use a different collision type. These are all important. Make sure you do all 4 on bubble 6. Alrighty, so let's see what we want. What was the motion again? Calls What do they want me to do? I should have looked. Let me look back here again. Arrow, apple, and stop. Okay. Arrow, apple, and stop. Arrow, apple, and stop. Arrow, apple, and stop. So we're gonna go. Well, I don't think it's bounce. Maybe it's collide. Let's try collide. So arrow, collide, apple. Let's see. Oops, sorry. Hey, I got it right on the first try. Pause if you need. Finish when you don't. Okay, so cart comes over, hits, and the other one moves. So I just used collide. Collide made them stop. Now see, right here they give me the picture. Why didn't they give me the picture on the other one? So cart stops and the other one goes. I'm thinking this is displace. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Ha ha ha. Gray cart displaces blue cart. I believe that's correct. Is it the gray? Yep, gray. Boom, blue. I think this is right. Let's find out. Oh, no, that's not right. Okay, so it's not displace. It's not displace. Could it be bounce? Could it be? What's the worst that could happen? I'm wrong. It's okay. Oh, it was bounce. Huh. I didn't think about that. So, that one is bounce. Good to know. Pause if you need. And the last one. Collision types. Alright, which one have we not used? Because that's process of elimination. I'm betting that's the one I'm going to have to use this time. So run. She's supposed to just pick up the cart and go with it. So I've used... Oh crap. I used bounce. I used bounce off. Can't remember. Maybe it's collide. What's the worst that could happen? I'm wrong. It's okay. So kid, collide with suitcase. I think it's the kid because it's the kid that's moving. I think the suitcase is the target. Oh, it's not collide. I'm wrong. So what else could it be? Could it be displace? Let's find out. What's the worst that could happen? Yep, it's displace. Kid displace suitcase. Alrighty. Pause if you need. Otherwise, move on. I bet those blocks would be good blocks for the next quiz. Mwahahaha. Alright, let's see what kind of epic challenge they've set you up for the assessment level. Ooh, box view. Okay, you now seen 4 different types of interactions. You need them all for this challenge. For each pair of animals, choose the sprite interaction that matches the target. Oh my god, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's look at this. What do you got to do? Oh, this is diabolical. Holy moly. Okay. Well, you're going to be using each type of interaction. You're going to need to be able to see this screen the whole time. So, I don't need to offer you any more hints except that you're going to use each one of these. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, it looks like you're going to use each one of them one time. You just got to figure out which block is it and which name goes first. May the odds be ever in your favor. Alright, pause if you need. And when you're ready, we'll look at the challenge level. Alright, challenge level. Collider shapes, debug colliders, and bounciness. How much do sprites bounce when they interact? Ooh, all of these look good. I'm partial to the collider shape and the bounciness myself. But have at it, folks. Do one, do two, do all three. And that's it for lesson 22. Remember, if this video didn't help, ask your neighbor.